Welcome back to Dumbest in the Room. Today's guest is somebody that I've peripherally known for a few years through skating, but now he's gone on to a lot bigger things. He's the winner of season 3 of Love Island. Korey Gandy is here. Korey, welcome.
Thanks, man. Thank you so much, Steven.
Dude, so let's start at the beginning before we get into Love Island. So you're from Virginia Beach. Where did you go to high school?
Yeah, so I went to Princess Anne High School, graduated in 2010, so freaking 11 years ago, just about. But yeah, man, graduated from there, grew up with you and all the other homies, the skateboarding, and just coming up as a normal kid in the city, you know, little beach city.
And you went from Princess Anne to ODU?
Yeah, so I went to Old Dominion University right after that, and graduated from there in 2015 for finance. And then right after that, started working with the company and just started moving up the corporate ladder and everything like that. So,
when you were in ODU, did you ever see yourself being a reality TV star?
Dude, heck no. Honestly, man, I was so like tied up in school and just finding a career and moving up. Like I pictured my life just going to work every day in a suit and tie and, you know, just chasing that quote unquote American dream and just trying to move up as far as I could in a company. And yeah, that's what I pictured myself. But it's definitely crazy. Like all this just happened within the last 5 or 6 months to where that dream switched to a different dream. So
dude, it's crazy.
Yeah, man.
I can't remember. I think maybe Matt Roberts, our friend, posted it, and I was like, oh my God, like Korey on Love Island? What in the world? So, okay. So like I mentioned, we know each other through skating. So, you know, you do a lot of crazy things. So, I mean, you ride motorcycles, you've dabbled in, MMA or boxing,
kickboxing. Yeah.
Yeah. Which is, I mean, you know, talk about doing kind of a jack of all trades.
Yeah. I mean, I've always been the type of person of like, I have to be working towards something or like training for a competition or just some type of like physical hobby. I'm just super competitive, you know? So as far as I can remember back, it started out with like dirt bikes. You know, me and my friend Matthew, like way back in the day, I was like 10, 11 years old, just riding dirt bikes in his backyard. And then skateboarding, I did that for 11, 12 years, just traveling, doing competitions all over. I was trying to go pro for that, but ended up going to school and getting a job. So that kind of took a turn for things. And then, I started kickboxing and started competing in that. So yeah, just anything that's like physical endurance or physical competition, I'm all about. So I enjoy it. I always find a group of friends and we all just kind of gravitate towards it. And then now it's the motorcycles and stuff like that. So yeah, man, it's fun.
And bodybuilding for a while too.
But yeah, bodybuilding. Yeah. I was trying to do that for a while. Did a bunch of competitions. I went to the Arnold Classic last year. I actually got 6th in that. So for a men's physique, but yeah, man, my life is just freaking, it's all over the place.
Yeah. I mean, you know, watching like your social media for the last however many years, I mean, whatever you do, you seem to give it 110%. Yeah.
That's just, like I said, that's just who I am, man. Whatever hobby I get into, like I try to take it to the most extreme as I possibly can and try to make something out of it, you know, but at the same time, still like recognizing what it is and just having fun doing it at the same time.
That's crazy. So, okay. So kind of let's get a little bit more into present day. So obviously you were on Love Island, but I know for a while before that you were working on kind of building your social following through TikTok and stuff like that. So talk about that.
Yes, that's actually how I guess someone found me, from a recruiter from Love Island. You know, I got a little TikTok and it's funny, like the videos up there are just hilarious. So you get stuck up there for like hours of scrolling. If anyone's got a TikTok, they probably know the same feeling. And then, you know, I just started making just funny little videos like that and just posting. And then it kind of just, I guess, took off. I don't really understand the algorithm of it yet, but yeah, I guess a couple of my videos and whole TikTok profile just kind of like blew up a little bit. And then someone from Love Island actually reached out to me from that. And at first I thought it was fake. Like I'm sitting here thinking like, all right, this is weird. Like I don't even know the process of how these things work, but I thought it was fake. So I didn't message back for like a week and a half. And then me and my manager at my job, we started like butting heads. And then, you know, I was just like, you know what, let me just see what this is about and just take this risk. And then it was like months and months of just interviews with like the network and the producers and stuff. And then next thing I know, I'm quitting my job and flying out to Hawaii. So,
I mean, quitting your job, like we said, you're a risk taker.
Yeah. And that, that was definitely a hard decision for me because like previously to me, what I thought what success was in life was, like making a 6-figure job and going to work in a suit and tie every day. And, just that typical like American dream. But, I just started realizing like I'm sitting here working 6-7 days a week, sometimes like 10, 12 hours a day. And I'm literally living for the weekends. And, like it just didn't make sense to me. I'm like, there's got to be more to life than this, like going to work and then busting your butt every day, especially when me and my boss started butting heads. I'm like, I'm not even getting appreciated. And I'm running like one of the best stores in the whole state. Like I'm killing it there. And, and then this opportunity came up, so I took it. And I think what really attracted me to it was I knew what my life was going to be like if I stayed here in Virginia Beach and just kept working up that corporate ladder, quote unquote. But I didn't know how far I could take it or what my life was going to be like if I just dropped everything and went out to Love Island. So I think it was the unknown factor that just attracted me to it. And I was comfortable here, and I hate being comfortable, so I just had to take the risk. So.
Yeah. And you, I mean, I don't know exactly what position you were, but you weren't like you weren't low on the totem pole. You were kind of.
Yeah. I mean, I oversaw the store, and I think that was like my 6th or 7th store that I had overseen. So, I mean, I was doing good for myself. Like I could support myself and everything like that and do whatever I wanted. But yeah, definitely there's that corporate ladder goes on forever. So I wouldn't say I was at the bottom. Wouldn't say I was at the top either, but
yeah, gotcha. Okay. So they reached out to you on TikTok or
Instagram. I think they found me from TikTok. Yeah.
Yeah. And did they say like what they liked about your vibe or who you were?
No. So it was crazy too. Like the profile that messaged me on Instagram, it had like, I think like 50 followers and like no profile picture even. So I was like, all right, this is definitely fake because people have tried to done that before.
Yeah.
But they just asked me if I'd be interested in it. And I was like, we'll see how far this goes. I don't know what the outcome's going to be, but I'm definitely interested so we can kind of like dabble with the idea and see what it's about. And then it just one thing led after another, and then interview after interview, and then they flew me out. So
how many followers did you have at that point?
Oh man, dude, I don't even know. And it was crazy too because like before all that, I was not into social media. Like I really didn't care. Like I had it, but
yeah,
it wasn't like a big deal to me. But I want to say like 9,000 or something around there.
That's pretty good. I mean, that's decent for somebody who wasn't trying.
Yeah, this is all at TikTok stuff.
Yeah, and I mean, it keeps growing. Today, it's Thursday. I looked and you had 225,000.
Yeah, it's crazy too because I didn't know the amount of money that you could like make up there. Just from like people just watching your videos and just random like companies that's like trying to get you to promote them and stuff like that. So I mean, it's crazy that you could make all that money just from like an Instagram account. Mm-hmm. So it's definitely interesting, and I'm fascinated with it. So anyone that's doing that now or has done that, like props to them because yeah, man, it's just awesome that you can just work from your phone and just do that.
Do you think that your degree in finance kind of helps you with managing?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's crazy too. I graduated 6 years now. So pretty much all that finance stuff I did forget, I'm not going to lie. But I remember most of it. Like I'm real smart with my money, and I'm not going to go out here buying all this crazy like material things or anything like that. And I know this isn't going to last forever. It's like a roller coaster ride with these types of things. So yeah, I'm just trying to make the most out of what I can right now, and then we'll see what happens in the future.
Talk more about the interviews that you were doing before you got officially cast. Like, were they, obviously we're in a COVID world, over Zoom, phone calls?
Yeah, it was over Zoom a lot of the times. Actually, all the times it was over Zoom or FaceTime or something like that. And it was always me. And I remember one specific interview, it was like the last one. There was like 10 or 12 like really high like corporate producers on the other end of it. And I'm sitting on this one side, and normally I would be nervous as crap. I would be like, oh my God, all these really high end people are just grilling me with questions. But everything that I learned in my career, like I'd have to do interviews so many times and even put the interviews on and be the one interviewing candidates. So like, I feel like that's definitely helped me and allowed me to be able to articulate information and just communicate even better. So, yeah, I was good in that interview, but definitely stressful now looking back at it.
Have they told you how many candidates they looked at and narrowed it down to you and then the official cast?
Yeah, I think, and I don't know if this is true, but I heard someone talking about it was like 14 or 15,000.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so it's, I don't think like none of it's hit me yet or anything like that. But if I think about that, I'm like, holy crap, like how did I end up getting there on the thing? And then just to come out and win the whole show is like, it's still like mind blowing to me. But you know, I'm just, like I said, I'm the same old kid from Virginia Beach. So I'm just super thankful and grateful I got the opportunity and everything. But yeah, I'm always going to act the same and be the same. So
yeah, well, that's awesome, man. So, okay. So when the first person reached out to you, were you like, oh great, I'm going to go look for love, or I'm going to try to win the money, or I'm just going to go and just see what happens?
Yeah, it was just, I'm going to see what freaking happens. Like it was just a cool opportunity. And the first message that I sent back, I didn't think it was serious at all. I was bored sitting in my office. So I just messaged them back. And one thing led after another. And yeah, I never had watched the show before going up there. Like I still haven't even watched the show when I'm up there. Yeah. You know, so I had literally no idea what I was getting myself into. And I could it's called Love Island. So I kind of understood like a concept of it. But yeah, I was just going out there honestly because I was tired of my job and I just wanted to see what else was out there in life. But,
and I don't, anybody who knows me knows I have testicular cancer. I had testicular cancer. I have one ball, so I don't have the balls to do anything like that, man. That's like insane.
Dude, it was definitely scary, you know, but I say it a million times. It was like, take the risk or lose the chance. And like I said, I was just so comfortable in my current situation in life. I was waking up, I was so in routine. Like I was waking up, going to work every day, getting off, going to the gym. That was my day, literally. And I was just like, there's gotta be more to this, you know, like there's gotta be more out there for me to do. So, yeah, I'm glad I went and they gave me the opportunity to go out there and present myself to the world and it worked out. So,
and I mean, I don't know what your experience is with being on camera before that. I know we shot a little fitness video with you, but I mean, had you been on camera or anything before?
Not really. No, just like little skate videos here and there. And, yeah, the video that we did with the, in the gym that one time, but yeah, other than that, no. And I felt perfectly fine. Like I felt comfortable in front of it, you know, like I remember the first thing that we shot, it was me and like hundreds of people in a room, just eyes on me, just grilling me for whatever. And this making me do all this crazy stuff and like dance and talk. But some reason, like I was not nervous. And I feel like if I thought about it, then I'd probably get nervous, but I just like jumped in there and did it. So, but yeah, that was my first time really like on camera, especially 24/7, you know, people are like watching you take a piss and stuff like that. So
talk more about what you just said, where they had you like dance. Were you just dancing by yourself? Like, did they play music or like?
Yeah, they would play music, but I remember like the first, like it was like an intro video, and I'm just sitting here dancing in like this neon box by myself, and I cannot dance to save my life, so I'm like literally just pulling stuff out my ass, just like, all right, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, this whatever. So I guess they made it edit, and it looked pretty good actually. Yeah, but I was like, oh my God, man. And those things, like, you would never be put in that situation unless it's something like that. But all I know is if you go up there and act any type of awkward or hesitate at all, it's not going to work out in your favor. So I was just going out there as being as goofy as I could and then just doing it, yeah.
Was that in Hawaii?
That was in Hawaii, yeah.
Yep. So, okay, so with COVID, did you have to quarantine? And, I mean, I assume they did tests and everything,
yeah. Yeah, man. So we flew out there on June 6th, quarantined in a hotel for 4 weeks.
4 weeks?
4 weeks.
I know Hawaii is pretty strict about.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, you had to get COVID tested before even going in there. Had to come back negative, of course. Then we quarantined for 2 weeks, just a standard quarantine, and then the other 2 weeks, it was that we were just waiting to like see who would go on the show and who they would cast up there and everything. So there was a lot of us that flew out.
Oh, so you weren't even like officially cast when you were out?
And I did not know that until I was out there. I was like, and I'm glad it worked out and like put me up there, because if I would have flown out, like quit my job, flown out, and not even gone up there, I would probably have been screwed.
Did they know all that too? They know you quit your job?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they did. Cool. Yeah. So, and everyone there, they're so nice. Like everyone from that network and people that run that show, like they're absolutely amazing. So, I mean, they definitely helped me out and definitely took care of me as far as like making me feel comfortable in the hotel and everything like that. So
that's awesome. What about other kind of tests? Because obviously there's a lot of saliva swapping on there.
Oh yeah. So we all are tested, so we're all good. But I remember getting COVID tested. We had to do it 3 days a week. So it was like Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We're just getting a freaking, what are those, cotton swabs stuck up our nose. So I know one thing, and I'm COVID free. But yeah, that we had to do that, and then we had to do like a bunch of other tests, because obviously you're up there like swapping saliva and kissing every single challenge and multiple people. So
how did you, having not watched the show before, getting there and doing those challenges, I mean, was that weird knowing that friends and family are home watching?
No, it wasn't weird or anything like that. Like my parents, they're super chill, so
yeah,
they probably got a kick out of it. But I know my old boss, they're probably watching it like, man, this kid. But because I remember like one of the first challenges, we literally have to do a strip tease. So like strip down, like slide down this water slide, do some strip stuff, and then jump over a shark, beat a shark up, and then go up and like this make out with the girl. So I know they're probably watching it like probably in disgust, but it is what it is.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, frick. So, okay. Talk about some of the challenges that you did. I didn't watch the whole show. I know one of the final ones was you had to like run on a treadmill and then catch some cupcakes and then dive headfirst into a cake. And
yeah, so that was the most disgusting challenge ever in that whole entire thing. The smell of that cake and like the batter, and it was so hot out there in Hawaii, so it's literally just like baking. And I remember it being all clumped up and stuck in my hair, and that was probably one time I could have thrown up there. But yeah, that was the last challenge. It was like a wedding one, and we had to first we're like dressed in these huge like pants, just looking goofy as I don't know what. We got to run on a treadmill, make some cupcakes fall down, and then we go, and the girl's on the spinning platform, and she's like catapulting cupcakes, and you got to catch them in your pants, so you got icing just dripping down your freaking leg. And I was like, oh, all right, this isn't bad. I've done a lot more worse stuff up here. But then we had 3 cakes, right? And there was rubber ducks in 2 of the cakes, so we had to find which cake it was in, take them off with our mouth, and go put them on some little pedestal thing. And everyone before that, they were just like biting the cake off, like biting little pieces, like, and then like trying to tear the cake apart like that. But I was like, all right, because it was for time. So the person that did it the fastest won. I was like, all right, there's got to be a better way. So I just headbutted and full sent my head into the cake, and it just exploded. And we had the fastest time by a long shot, but had a little headache after that. But we won the challenge.
Yeah,
so worked out.
I watched that when I saw you on the treadmill. I'm like, Korey has all this fitness background.
Dude,
like, this is nothing for him.
Yeah, man, that was good. It was definitely different doing it in those freaking 10 size oversized pants, but yeah, man.
So, okay, so talk about some of the other challenges. You said the strip tease. I feel like I saw some other ones, but I can't remember off the top of my head. But
let's see. We had like an Olympic Games type of thing. So like there's 5 guys and 5 girls, and we would have to go up against our couple that we were in with at the time. So I remember some people, they got like a archery challenge. Someone else got, I think it was like a baseball throw challenge. They got to get in like this little thing. And then mine was, what is it? With the freaking sword, like the jousting. Fencing. Yeah. So that was my challenge right there. And we had to like knock balloons off of the other person. Whoever got all the balloons off on the other person, they won. And I was in my element with that, because that was just like boxing almost. I'm like in my freaking kickboxing stance. And it was this girl, Cash. That was like my best friend in the whole thing. So she's amazing. And yeah, I tore her up in that thing. So, but
talk about you won with Olivia, but that wasn't who you were coupled up with the entire time. So kind of walk us through your journey with. with everyone. Because the show came on, I go to bed early.
Yeah.
It came on past my bedtime. I would wake up in the morning and I would search on Twitter, Korey Love Island.
Yeah.
And I would read tweets and people are like, oh, poor Korey. Like, so, I mean, Dude. Talk about your journey, like with all that.
All right. So it started off on the freaking first day, right? So how it's set up is the guy walks down these stairs. All 5 girls are lined up. You walk down the stairs and they're like, all right, if you fancy Korey, step forward. That's when it started. No one freaking stepped forward for me. So I was like, oh my God. All right. I get it. Cause the show is called Love Island. So everyone's there trying to find love. Right. And, I know what I look like. Like, I remember hearing like everyone's reasons why they didn't step forward, and they were all like, he just looks like a bad boy or a player or just something like that. So I kind of figured,
which you're one of the nicest guys.
Yeah. That was like my thing. I'm like, I know what I look like, but I'm complete opposite of that, you know?
Yeah.
So no one stepped forward, and then that's when it started. And then from there, it was like the first whole half of that season, I'm just in a friendship couple, you know, like I'm just coupled up with someone and there's no romantic connection there or what. Like I got along with all the girls and everyone there so well, like they were saving me so I could stay in the villa, you know? So I was super thankful for that. But I was just going through it. Like everyone was in a romantic connection and there was just no one that I was vibing with. And on the outside, I'm not going to fake something. So why would I do that inside the villa just to quote unquote win, you know? So I was honest. I was like, all right, we're just in a friendship couple and so forth like that. And then a couple of girls did come in. I remember one, her name was Florida. She came in and I was like, all right, this girl, like she's like gorgeous and we're connecting on that deeper level. So I'm gonna go for that. And I was super stoked for that. And then she ended up going another route and everything like that. So
is she the one? I saw one where there's a girl that came in and she specifically like was like, I want to couple up with Korey.
So that was a couple that was after that.
Okay.
So after the Florida thing, I'm trying to think. Yeah, after the Florida thing, I went back single again, and then we have this thing called Casa Amor. So all the girls, they go away to a different house and they meet 5 new guys, and then 5 new girls come and meet us in the villa. And there was this one girl up there. She was like, I'm here for you. I'm sleeping in your bed tonight. And I was like, holy crap. All right, this is aggressive, but I'm down for it, right? But yeah, she was all in for it. But I wasn't. She's an amazing girl, but we're on 2 different stages in her life, so that wasn't going to work out. And then after that, when all the normal girls come back from Casa Amor, that's when me and Olivia really started to like explore that connection. Because when they were gone, I'm sitting here thinking like, dang, we have all these 5 new girls here, but I'm thinking about Olivia, like I miss her. And I'm like, what does that mean even, you know? And then come to find out she was thinking the same thing. So when they came back from Casa Amor, that's when we really dove into that romantic connection and kind of bonded off of that. And then after that, we did get tested. You know, another girl came in, like who on paper is my type 100%. And she said she was coming in all in for me and everything like that. But at this time, I was already with Olivia and like wanting that to work out, you know? And I just remembered something Olivia told me. She was like, the grass, it's not always green on the other side, and there's going to be temptation everywhere. And, you know, I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, yo, she's right. Like every single person in here in life, we're all going to be tempted 24/7. Like there's pretty faces everywhere. There's going to be constantly new people trying to come in and turn your head and stuff like that. But if you keep jumping ship, it's a vicious cycle. It's never going to stop. So you just really have to kind of like focus on what's in front of you and give that person that's there currently your 100% all, you know? And yeah, I got tested with that. So I ended up staying with Olivia, and then Olivia got tested with the new guy that came in who on paper was her ideal type and everything like that. But ultimately in the end, we just stayed together, and then we ended up freaking winning. So
these are real connections that you're making, like not just for show.
Yeah, man, it's actually real. Like, and going into it, I kind of thought some of it would be scripted, but it's all 100% real. Like they tell you where to talk at, but that's it. Like everything else.
What do you mean?
Like, so they would be like, the producers would be like, all right, go talk on the yellow couch.
Oh, okay.
Just for like, I guess the camera angle or whatever. Yeah. But, yeah, man, all the conversations, everything that we said was 100% authentic and real. And in that environment, like, you don't have your phone, so you don't have social media. You don't know what time it is. Like, they change the times on the microwaves, like the little phones they give you, they change them every day. So you don't know what time it is, and you don't have money, obviously, so you're not buying anything.
Why would they change the times?
Just so we wouldn't think about it. Because I think why they did that in the outside world, like time, money, and like influence from social media, that's some of like the world's biggest stress problems right there, you know? Yeah. So you get in that environment, you take all those away, all you have is this raw connections with these people that you're living with. So the concept was awesome, because I think if any of that was present in the villa, things definitely would have been different, you know?
Yeah. But talk more about like the production of it. I know it looked like it rained a lot.
Dude, literally it rains like 5 or 6 times a day. And so we were in Hilo, and I think it was their rainy season. But yeah, I just remember we were right on a cliff, like overlooking the entire ocean. So you could like look out and see, there would just be like, you could see the rain coming down. There would be like a cloud, and it was just dark all the way down from the sky to the ocean. And obviously it's rain, so you could see when it was coming and everything like that. But yeah, 5 or 6 times a day it was raining. But the rain was quick. It would only last for like 10, 15 minutes and then move on.
Because it looked like you guys were sitting outside and like it would start raining. I mean, it didn't look like production was affected at all, was it? Did you have to reset or anything? Like,
no, there were a couple times that we had to like stop. Like at the end, the finale, it had started pouring down, so we had to like stop filming and then wait till the rain passed and then resume again. But other than that, no, like they filmed in the rain and everything like that. And I remember one time it was a recoupling, and we had to send someone home, and it was so like the rain was pouring on us, and it was just the most dramatic scene ever. It probably looks crazy on camera. Like we're all just like super sad, just hugging each other goodbye. This hair soaked. We're all completely soaked, just pouring down. It was like something out of a movie.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, it was awesome other than that. But it did rain every freaking day, which I was not happy about.
Yeah. Talk about, obviously you had like your microphones and everything. I mean, was there like in the morning, did they come out and give you like new batteries and stuff? Like I've always been curious about that. Like I watch Big Brother.
Yeah.
Which I know is also CBS, and like they are always wearing mics. I mean, what are they doing for that for you guys?
Yeah. So there's mics 24/7. So if you go back and watch the show, you can see we're all wearing like black necklaces. So there's the microphones, and yeah, there's got to be on 24/7. You can take them off when you're going to sleep, and then even then there's like little microphones in the couch and everything.
Oh, really?
Or in the bed. So everything is recorded, audio recorded 24/7. So yeah, we'd have to wear those, and they would come and change the batteries like every now and then.
Are you thinking about being recorded 24/7, or does it kind of like
it wears off?
To the point?
Yeah, honestly, it really does. I think after like, and it's crazy to even think back, but after like day 2, you just completely forget that you're being recorded and everything is recorded and stuff like that. But you do get used to it. I remember like the day I got back home, like I had woke up and like reached over to put my microphone on, and I'm sitting here thinking like, holy crap, all right, this is over with, like back to normal life.
Microphone addict.
Yeah. I'm like, oh my God, what happened in there?
Wow. That is pretty funny. Okay, so when you guys sit down and you're talking directly to the camera, are they asking you questions? I mean, that's after the things have happened, right? So they're asking you like to walk it through in real time, or what are they saying?
Yeah, so say like if some type of drama happened or a challenge happened, we would go into this room and just pretty much just like talk about our experience, you know. And they would ask questions sometimes, but ultimately we're just going in there and just pouring out how we feel at the moment and
so they're not really asking questions. You're just
we're just really, they would ask some here and there, but yeah, for the most part we're just in there just talking. And like you talk so much in there because that's all you have is just talking to each other. So we're all just probably just freaking looking crazy, just talking nonstop 24/7. But
that's funny. What about some of the dates? I know that you guys said the one that you and Olivia went on with the helicopter and everything was awesome. What, do you have any input on those dates? Like, do they give you say, hey Korey, we have A, B, and C, you can choose?
No input. Yeah, they just lay it out for you, and we would get a text on our phones, and we got to scream out like, I got a text like that. And it would be like, Korey and Olivia, you're going on your date, get ready, or there's something of that aspect. So we have no idea what the dates are until we actually pull up to it. And that was the craziest one. I remember pulling up and seeing this helicopter. I'm like, oh my God, no freaking way. Like, this is about to be the craziest thing of my life. Because I had never been in a helicopter before. I'd never been in Hawaii before. So I'm just super pumped up, you know. And that time in the helicopter, as soon as it took off, it felt like, I don't know, have you ever been in a helicopter before? No, it's literally the craziest feeling ever. Like, just the way it moves, like, it feels like a dream, like a video game or something like that. And I just remember flying over and, like, looking down at Hawaii, and the water was so clear. You can see all the way to the, like, bottom pretty much. And this, the waterfalls and the green mountains and everything like that. And it was just the prettiest view of my life. And I look over, and Olivia's right there just cheesing from ear to ear. And, like, she was just so stoked. And I just remember in that moment, I was like, all right, me quitting my career and dropping everything, even just for this moment, it was all worth it. So that was kind of like the point for me where I was like, this is completely surreal. This is unimaginable.
What was the timeline like with that moment to the finale? Because it seemed like it was quick. I mean, you said you went June 6th, you quarantined for 4 weeks, and now here we are, August, what's today? 26th.
Yeah.
And you've been back almost 2 weeks.
Yeah.
A week. I mean, so it was quick.
Yeah, it was quick. So we were in the actual villa for 6 weeks total. And I was there from the first day all the way to the last day, but they would have new people come in and out and stuff like that. So thankfully I was able to stay the whole entire time. But yeah, the time frame from the helicopter ride to the finale, shit, man, I don't even know. I want to say maybe it was like 4 or 5 days, something like that.
Gotcha.
So time in there is so weird. So one day in the villa would feel like a week. Like I literally felt like I was in that environment for 6 months.
They kept resetting the clock.
Yeah. I literally felt like I was in there for 6 months, and I felt like I'd known these people my whole entire life, because that bond that you establish with everyone, it's so real and authentic. Like, they're all that you have. So it was super strong. But now that I'm out, I look back at it and I'm like, holy crap, that went by in the blink of an eye. So,
not naming names, but do you think there's any connections that were just like trying to get to the end and make some money and not real?
I would hope not, honestly. And the fact that, like, someone wins at the end, no one ever talked about it.
Really?
Like, no one ever once mentioned money at the end of it or who's gonna win this thing. I think no one cared, to be honest, or I would like to think that, you know, because we're all in there. Like, we already all felt like we had won. Like, we had either learned something about ourselves, which for me at the beginning, even when I was going through all that stuff, I had no one.
Yeah.
But I felt like I already won, because I learned so much about myself that I know I wouldn't have if I didn't get put in that environment. And then some people had found, like, quote unquote, the love of their life and everything like that. So, yeah, I would hope no one was, like, trying to strategize just to get to the end. But everyone that was at the end, ultimately, we're all still together with each other. So,
you guys just got back from New York. Is it weird, like we mentioned earlier, swapping saliva? Is it weird to be with all these people again? Like,
no. It's and it's crazy to even think, like, we would all make out with each other, and they're like the guys to the girls, obviously. But yeah, everyone, like, kissing, it was so platonic in there. I'm sure if that happened now, like, on the outside world, it would probably be a little bit different. But
yeah,
like, every challenge, we're having to make out with the girl or something like that. So
interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, it was fun.
Okay, so let's get into post show. You guys went to New York, and that was almost right after you got back, wasn't it? Or were you back for like a week before you went?
No, so we got back on Monday, and then I think I flew out to New York it was either Thursday, I think it was. So we were back for like 2 or 3 days. Everyone just kind of reset. And then some people even flew straight from Hawaii straight out to New York.
Oh,
wow. So I came back, kind of like just reset, just like try to reply to as many people as I could. And then just kind of get my house back in order and get back to reality. And then we all just hopped on a plane one way and just went out to New York. And that should have all been filmed, because that was even more fun than the villa.
I want to put a pin in post, because you just brought up a point with your house. I know you have at least one dog. I mean, in your your rent, your mortgage. I mean,
Yep.
How do you do that when you're gone for?
Yeah, so how I did it, they pay you to go on the show. They give you like a stipend every week. So I would just have all my bills this auto draft out of my account. So I probably got to pay my light bill actually. Power's probably about to get cut off any second now. But yeah, so all my bills and stuff were taken care of. My dog, I had a really good friend watching the whole entire time while I was out there. And then I do have roommates, so they were kind of watching stuff back home.
Gotcha. But, okay, so back to post show. We talked about this before we started recording, but I mean, are you getting New York? There's obviously like, I would say, is more pop culture than Virginia Beach. Were you getting recognized there?
Oh yeah, man, it was crazy, and it's like I'm sitting here thinking to myself, like I feel 100% the same person I've been my entire life.
Yeah,
but I guess to like everyone else, I'm like a celebrity, quote unquote. I don't like saying that word, you know, but everyone was like just coming up to us, is like in tears that they're like seeing us, and it's like I feel so flattered that I could impact someone's life like that, and they'd be that excited to see me. So it was awesome, you know. I think we did a meet and greet in Washington State Park, and there had to be at least like 100+ people that came out and just want to take pictures and talk to us and stuff like that.
That's awesome.
But that's probably definitely what I got to get used to, is because even just walking through the airport, like people are just running up to you nonstop, like the grocery store, people running up to you. So I never realized how many people like watch this show. So I mean, it's definitely different. It's like I said, it's weird for me because I don't look at myself that way. But it's cool. Like I like it. I like talking to people and everything like that. So it's cool to see like what they think about it, and just that we were able to provide some type of entertainment for them for the summer. Like it makes me feel good.
Yeah. Were you like signing autographs and stuff, or just lots of selfies?
Yeah, lots of selfies. I signed a couple of things. But
Is that weird?
No.
To sign things?
Kind of in an aspect, yeah. Yeah, because like I said, I still feel like the same person, but now it's cool. Definitely a different lifestyle than what I was living before.
Yeah. So what's next for you and for your relationship with Olivia? Yeah,
so relationship with Olivia. So I obviously live here in Virginia Beach. She lives all the way in Scottsdale, and then Alaska, back and forth, you know. So it's completely different sides of the country, but you know, we FaceTime every single day. I just saw her. So we all just got out of the villa like a little over a week ago. So since then I've seen her more times than I haven't. But we're both in a position to where we're able to just drop everything and go. Like, so I'm sure I'll go out to Arizona this randomly. She'll come out here to Virginia Beach. We'll go to Egypt, Greece, wherever. So yeah, I mean, I'm thankful she's in that position, and then same with me as well. So I know it could definitely work. And then later in the future, if it gets to that point where we get really, really serious, then yeah, we'll move in together or something like that. You know, it's only time will tell.
Yeah. That's awesome. What about you by yourself? I mean, with your following growing and, you know, you said you don't like celebrity status, but I mean, you gonna use your platform for anything? Yeah,
for sure. So that's one thing that I did learn and realize is you can make so much and have a really good living, not working the typical 9-to-5 job and living that typical American dream, you know? So that's what I'm pushing for. I mean, hopefully like an acting position comes out or something like that, or just even another like a show like The Challenge. I'm trying to get on that, you know.
Our friend Nick was texting me. He's like, I want to see Korey on The Challenge.
Oh, really? Dude, sick. Yeah. So that's my next goal, because like I said earlier in the interview, like that physical competition, I live for that stuff. Like this anything competition wise. But yeah, until then, I mean, it's been random stuff like cameos. I've been doing a lot of those. Yeah. And then
what kind of like interest are you getting in that? I mean, how many people are hitting you up?
I've done a bunch. I think like it's crazy to say, like the first day that I signed up for, I made like $1,200.
Wow.
Yeah, just making like, hey, happy birthday, so and so. Or a lot of it is like people just wanting like positive reinforcement or just a pep talk or something like that.
Which seems like for you, that's what it's all about, not as much the money.
Dude, yeah. Like even just, I would do it for free. Just if I feel like I can change someone's life, like, cause I've been at the bottom before, so I know what it's like, or to feel like in a rut, no matter what it is, whether it's a relationship or just life or just any type of stress. Like I've been there, so I can relate to it super well. And then just being able to like give my advice to these people and see that it's working, like that makes me feel like unbelievably good. So yeah, man, I like doing that type of stuff. But other than that, man, we won, so they gave us $100,000, and then I gave $50,000 to Olivia, so that hold me off for a little bit. But yeah, man, I don't know what's in store. Hopefully something good. I just know I'm not trying to go back to a normal 9-to-5 job.
When they give you 50,000, we're just getting into like the random questions, but like 50,000, it's taxed, right?
Yeah, so they give you 50,000. Like 50,000 goes into your bank.
You get a check, 50,000.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, deposit straight into your account.
Not taxed.
Not taxed, but I know it's
coming.
Yeah, we're gonna get taxed. Like Uncle Sam is about to get us. But and I don't know if it's gonna be like Hawaii tax. I know Hawaii tax is a little bit more than here in Virginia.
Interesting.
Yeah, man. So I'm waiting for that. I'm acting honestly like I don't even have it. I just
that's
just
good.
Put it away, and then whatever they tax me on, it's gonna suck. But guess I'll be ready for it.
Jeez, that's interesting that they give it to you untaxed. I mean, I don't know why I would think that they would give it to you like a paycheck or something.
Yeah. I'm not too sure, honestly. I just know that they just deposit $50,000 into your account, and we'll see what happens after that. Hopefully nothing crazy. I'll end up having to give like $48,000 back to taxes, but
oh man,
who knows?
If it's $48,000 out of 50, and that's what their tax is in Hawaii, that's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know, honestly. I'll probably have to get like a freaking tax person or someone to do my stuff this year. We previously have done it before.
Break out the finance textbooks again.
Yeah. Like, what does this mean? What does the prize money mean? Hopefully it's not a lot, So.
Yeah. So, okay, you said at the beginning, before this all started, you weren't super huge into social media. You're getting 30, 40,000 likes, comments. I mean, it looks like you're responding to most of them.
Yeah, I feel super bad, like not responding to something, but you literally can't keep up with it. Like, I try to like weed through them, but it's like thousands of people that are sending you messages in your DMs, and then like hundreds and hundreds of comments, and I try to just go through, like when I get a second, and respond to as many as I can, or like the people that like I know, like my friends and stuff, like I'll try to get them first, and then just like the meaningful comments, like I'll respond to those ones, but there's literally no way you can respond to everything. So I'm just trying to take it one day at a time. And now, like I said, I wasn't into social media before, but like now you almost have to be. Like you have all this pressure from the outside world, like, oh, where's Olivia? Let me see a picture with you and Olivia. Like, are you gonna ask her to be your girlfriend and stuff like that? So you have to post nonstop, So that's also a different switch up for me. I'm just like trying to find stuff to post and whatever, So
it's interesting.
Weird life.
Yeah, that's definitely interesting. You're working on some clothing?
Yeah, man. So like on the show, like I don't know how this stuck, but even like growing up my whole life, I never really used to like cussing in front of my parents, and even to this day, like I don't know what it is, like I just don't like cussing in front of them. So like I would always say, "What the freak," or like, "What the freak is this?" or "Freak you," or there's something, something like that. So like on the show, I would always say, "What the freak," and that you could almost use that term to describe that whole entire show is "What the freak." But everyone just started picking up on it and saying it. So like I get out, and there's just like so many people just like replying to my stuff, "What the freak," and it just became like a little slogan or catchphrase, whatever. So I was like, dude, this is dope. Like I'm about to just make some t-shirts. Like people are telling me to make clothing and merch for it. So I'm like, all right, like I like art and like style and all that, So I was like, let me just put 2 and 2 together. So that's in the works right now. I got someone that's helping me do it. Tony Rivera. He's an awesome dude, man. He's all in for it. He's putting so much work in and helping me out as far as like getting a website up and all of that. So yeah, man, that should be out. The website's up, all the clothing and stuff. He's making it all right now, and then we'll probably start shipping it out next week, Tuesday or Wednesday. So hopefully that takes off.
That's awesome. So with What the Freak, you, I mean, the producers, obviously, they have access to the outside world. Are they like, when you're talking to the cameras, you said they're not asking questions, but I mean, are there moments where they're trying to get a What the Freak out of you? Like, cause they know that kind of that's what the fans like?
Thinking back, I don't think so, honestly, man. I would just say it so many freaking times in there. Because it's like every moment you don't know what's going to happen next. Like everything is a surprise. So it's just like, it was insane. And I think when I first realized it is one day we had to like, we were able to video chat our parents and our family back home, like on a big TV screen. And Andre, he's one of the guys that were in there with us. His mom said, "What the freak?" And she was like, I was like, "What the freak?" Like Korey say. And I was like, yo, like people are like catching on to this and they're saying it. I was so hyped that someone would say that stuff because of me, you know? So I think that's like when the bug clicked. And I was like, yeah, I should like, just for the fun of it, just like make some shirts or hats or something like that. And I made some bandanas and stuff too. Like that was kind of my thing. They would always joke me for it, but I would literally wear a bandana like the same bandana every single day in the villa. But yeah, man, just taking like my interest and then just putting it out there for the world to use or see as well. So
what about haters? Any haters?
Dude, honestly, surprisingly and thankfully not. Like I might get like one or two. I've seen one comment actually, and it was like something like stop saying what the freak, like it's getting old, you know. So I don't know what it is. Like I'm super thankful, but there's been no haters like at all, and you know, hopefully that doesn't change.
I don't think it. I mean, you're super nice. Why would it?
Yeah, thankfully, but yeah, man, like everyone's been so supportive and just reaching out with the most positive words ever. And I'm like I said, I'm just so flattered to see that these people like are taking the time to like write paragraphs in about how like thankful they are that I was able to be genuine and provide some type of light or entertainment on their lives. So, yeah, man, it's no hating comments, honestly. I'm sure there's some out there. I haven't seen any yet, but
yeah, I've had my like small share of going like viral, not nearly on the scale of you, but I actually loved reading the hate comments. I thought it was so funny.
Yeah, dude. And see, even if there was like growing up, and I mean, you were there like at a skate park and stuff, like we would just joke each other. It was like fun. Like, oh, your forehead's 10 miles long or just something like that. So like, I'm used to that stuff, and it like I actually like being roasted and stuff like that. Like it makes me laugh. So yeah, I mean the hateful comments they wouldn't hurt me even if they were there.
Yeah, I don't know if you listen to the skateboarding podcast, The Nine Club, but Jerron Wilson always says that skateboarders rule the world. So do you think that your background in skateboarding and other crazy things, I mean, there's a lot of failure. I mean, do you think that helped you? Not only in life but in the show.
Yeah, 100%, man, and. A lot of it, like with the boxing, you know, that taught me so much discipline and patience. And so that helped me out in not only my career, but in life. And then obviously that transmitted over to the show. But then like the skateboarding, you know, you would be trying to land a trick for freaking days, you know, like whatever it is, this like back nose blunt down the down rail or something like that. And you want to get a first shot, so you have to keep trying and you're failing over and over again. But you get it eventually. Mm-hmm. And, you know, that's kind of how it was in the villa. Like, you just try and try and try. And then as long as you don't give up, you're going to get the girl or a girl or do this or whatever it may be, you know. So I'll, like, in there, when people would get down, I would always kind of give them some of my advice is I always say, like, the 5x5 rule. Like, if it doesn't matter in 5 years, don't spend more than 5 minutes stressing about it. And, you know, that's what kept my head up in there the whole entire time, because obviously I was going through it in there. Like, things were not in my favor whatsoever. Mm-hmm. But I was just in there just having the time of my life, just smiling nonstop because I'm thinking about the bigger picture. Like, I'm in Hawaii just hanging out with some of the best people ever. And, like, I'm waking up and this view is crazy. Like, this is never going to ever happen again. So there was no way I was going to be upset in that place.
What about kind of, this is not really related to haters, but more of people that are fans. I know there was an America's Vote element to the show. So when you would perform well in America's Vote, I mean, how did that feel?
Dude, that was amazing. And I think the first time that I really saw it was, so there was one time when 3 new girls came in and America voted on who they wanted those girls to go on the date with. And America voted for all 3 of them to go on a date with me. And I just remember like all my friends in the background just chanting, Korey, Korey. Yeah. And I'm like walking over these 3 beautiful girls and I'm like, yo, this is crazy that like America sees this and they want me to do well in here. So from that moment, I was so freaking thankful for everyone voting and stuff like that. And then during the recouplings, we would have to send someone home, unfortunately, sometimes multiple people. And I was always one of the ones that they saved and wanted to stay there. So like, I can tell you I would not be in this position if it wasn't for America voting. And even at the end, like winning the thing, that was all America's votes. Like it was all which couple they want to win. So I owe it to honestly everyone out there that watched it.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. You've kind of touched on it a little bit, but I mean, I'll just ask the direct question. How has this show changed your life?
It's definitely opened my eyes a lot. You know, like I said previously, I was just in such a monotonous lifestyle. You know, all I did was wake up, go to work for a job or a boss that didn't appreciate me, get off work stressed because I'm getting cussed at nonstop by customers and stuff like that. And then I just go home and I go to the gym, and that was my day. So I knew there had to be more, but going on that show, it opened my eyes to what more possibilities could be out there and the fun of it. You know, like I'm super goofy. I don't like taking things serious at all. So that gave me that opportunity to show that to the world and show how, like, just smile, man, you know, just be happy. And I got that advice from my grandpa because I asked him one day, I remember I was like 12 years old. I was like, if you could go back in life, like what's one thing that you would have changed? And he told me that he wished he would have like smiled more. So I just took that and ran with it since that day, you know? Yeah, but it definitely opened my eyes to a lot of other things. And like I said, changed who I am as a person. Like going in there, I had some past traumas from relationships and everything that I knew would still be with me if I didn't get put in that environment. So yeah, man, that show definitely changed my life in all aspects.
It's awesome, man. Well, thank you so much for coming by, and I appreciate it. I know you say you're the same guy, and I can tell that you are, but there's bigger things that you've been doing, and to be on my little dumb show.
Nah, this is awesome, man. I'm super stoked to even reach out to me. Like I said, man, you old friend, anything I can do to help you out, man, I'm here for sure. So
well, thanks again.
Yeah, man. Thank you.